And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Cities Skylines. Well, this whole area is now zoned. It's now developed. You can see it's slowly upgrading itself as more and more residents move in that are educated. Also, the fact that pretty much everywhere else is ready to upgrade. I want to really chime in and let this whole area upgrade to its full potential. So if we are ready for the chiming to begin, we can look at our population, around 99,500, give or take. It varies a little bit, but do we have, fire people coming in here? Where? Okay, yes we do. Good. That's good. I'm liking that we're suppressing fire. That's a good thing. Building is empty. Okay. So, let's go back to levels. And so, this is Victoria Hills. And we want to take this off. Oh, yes. It's a beautiful sound. Listen to that. It's like money. All these buildings are upgrading. It's beautiful. Listen to that. It's a lot easier to see the flashes with this. Even over here. Now we're getting some of these darker greens. And those will eventually upgrade. Look at all that construction. So now our population is going up. Our income will also go up. With these higher level buildings, they give us more taxes. So we should start seeing a little bit better income with this area because it's so technically sparsely populated. It's still huge. 53,000 and climbing. That's a lot of people living here. And now we're over 100,000. Look at that. This one's already maxed out. Beautiful. Yeah, this process will go on a while. As all of these buildings upgrade, it will be a great help. Not sure I want to let low density commercial upgrade fully. I want to encourage people to come up here to all this high density goodness up here. And in order to do that, I want to stifle the commercial available down here. Look at all of that development. It is just beautiful. So if we get out of here, you can just see that the whole neighborhood, all these neighborhoods are now just going crazy. It's a contractor's dream. Look at all that construction going on. All that remodeling. Yeah, all new floors, new countertops. Yeah, this would definitely be a boon to the construction industry if things were developed in this way. So yeah, this whole neighborhood is now ready to go. And last but not least, I want to make sure that we've got some evacuation sites out here for everybody. So we're not really covering everybody just yet. So I want to get in here and make sure we are. So nobody is in this area. So let's give somebody a little bit of love there. And over here is kind of a central spot. So I'm thinking right in here, because these are not cheap. These are $480 a week to maintain. So we're gonna give one in this little neighborhood All those people are happy now. We're gonna need one over here, at least maybe even two over here. So there's a good one for that neighborhood. And this one, how best to accommodate these people? Let's see. There's a park right there. I think right there is probably a good spot. And then one more for luck. Right in here, I think. Yeah, right in here, I think is a good spot. So, not everybody, but most people get a spot to evacuate. And over here, we've got this huge one. And I'm not going to really worry about bus lines right now. I'm kind of in the wrap it up mode in this series right now. And so I want to give some options for evacuation just to see how good they are. And we need a little bit of food delivered in here, and my water is probably getting sucked dry because I'm having to fill all those up. Yeah, these things are pulling a lot of water in. As long as these arrows don't flip around, we're good. As soon as these arrows flip around and we're starting to get water backed up, then I'd basically have to build a dam in here, and this water would, I'd be draining this pretty much constantly. So all of the water that's getting dumped in here would get drained and sucked up by the city. And I kind of would like to see, do we have time? I think we might have time. Because there is something in the game now that I've never played with before. And that is canals. So this lake is actually pretty deep. If we look at the levels here, it's actually pretty deep. So you've got each one of these. These are probably increments of 10. So that thing goes down a ways. But I would be able to connect, if this water got down far enough, I would probably be able to connect this lake up with this, I think. I think it's higher. Though that is a hard thing to estimate because we got this little hill right here. So it's on basically, that's a hard one to guess. Whether or not that lake would be, if that would be wise or not. I'll see how it goes. I don't really want to mess with it too much in this series. Kind of, I've been watching my numbers and I'd like to do things that people enjoy watching. And this game is extremely fun, but it's at times a little monotonous, especially when you're waiting for the city to grow and develop. Can take a while. This process of growing or building this suburb took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. A lot longer. But yeah, now we're about 4,000 people more than we were when we set out to do this. And look at my income. 61,000, 64,000. Large part of that is, the income every day of the people, but we're now making far more money because of the higher level, more wealthy houses. So if I go to land value, my land value should be pretty healthy in this area. So yeah, we are doing pretty good. So let's see. What does that icon indicate? Building is empty. It's still not empty. Wow. That is taking a while. And how about this one over here? This one is not emptying. It's operating normally. Okay, good. Yeah, this one takes a while to empty because the other crematorium is way down here somewhere. Forgot where it was. So let's look at the disasters. We're going to want to get familiar with these here. Landscaping and disasters. So we've got earthquake, we've got tornado, sinkhole, which is interesting. That'll be just a fun one to test and see what happens. Lightning, thunderstorm, we've done already. Forest fire, we've seen those. Collapse. Interesting. That's just a random collapse. Fire, a tsunami, and a meteor, which we did test, and our meteor strike is up here, and it's kind of weathering itself to blend in with the terrain. So I kind of want to test this collapse and see just what happens when something collapses. So let's go in here. I don't want to do that side. Let's go in here and just collapse something in here. And there it goes. So it just collapses. And this should have sparked... Oh, Master Architects too, that's painful. This should have sparked this thing. Yep, vehicles in use 1. So this thing sends out a vehicle to search for survivors. So this vehicle, I don't know where it is. Let's look at destruction and see if this vehicle is highlighted. Can we spot it? There it is. So there's the disaster response vehicle. And it's going to search for survivors in this structure. Now you can skip this. You can skip this step and not care about survivors. So they're going to go in and search for survivors. Once they're done, it's essentially ready for clearing, and then it clears itself. So it automatically allows the rebuilding of destroyed tiles without you having to go in and bulldoze all of the, all of the rubble. So it's a way to get rid of rubble that doesn't require user intervention. Now they will do that even if a building just catches fire. So if like this building caught fire and eventually burned down, the system would react the exact same way. It would send out, look for survivors, and then clear the rubble and rebuild the structure. So it all works great. Okay, the last thing I would like to do, I want to see this ploppable Rico building. I want to see how this looks. I've never actually built this building, and I'm kind of curious. I'm curious to what it looks like. I don't want to build it. I want to build it like right here. So I'm going to need to get rid of quite a lot of that road. So right in here is where it's going to be. And let's see. Right, I want a road connected up there. And is it powered? Ooh, just barely. $106 households in this baby, which is great considering. Oh, there's 104. Okay, so we're equivalent. We're there. Look at the people in here. 104 highly educated, very wealthy building right here. It's a beautiful building, and it's bigger than your max 4x4. And that is because it's a ploppable Rico. It's a ploppable building that, you know, acts like one of the zones. So there's a ton of these buildings in the workshop, these ploppable Rico, and you can convert the vanilla buildings into ploppable Ricos. So if we go to the ploppable Rico, you can see there's settings for all of these, and you can do all of these Rico settings. You can just, it's crazy how many things you can do. So you can see all of these buildings in here. You can enable the Rico on them, so you can actually plop them down yourself. So it's a way that you can control very explicitly. That is a very bright light right there. Wow. It's a way you can explicitly control the development of your city. And so if you want to just enjoy and lay out a city to your exacting standards, that is a mod that you can use to do just that. So I actually want a couple of offices around here because of the noise situation. That is a huge building. That is that's 4, 8, 12. That's 14 squares. That's a huge building. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10. Oh, it's not 14 squares. It's, so it ends right about here. So it's probably 10 by 10. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm guessing something like 10 by 10. It's too dark to see, but somewhere in that vicinity, which is pretty good considering that normally you can only build a 4x4. Good times though. There's a lot of people that can live here. It's full already. Look at that. 300. Oh, almost 400 people. Highly educated people are living there. That is awesome. And the uneducated, 56, is probably mostly children and teens. I would guess. All right, the sun is coming up, and I think our shell. Ooh, we are low on power. Okay. How about that? Is that good? Not even close? Just dropping them like crazy. Wow. Oh, these things abandoned due to power. That's unfortunate. Yep. No electricity. Darn. So they'll redevelop. It's murdering my land value over here, though. So we're gonna need. I didn't think that those would use that much more electricity. How about water and sewer? Okay, those are fine. Okay, electricity is okay. And we've got a little bit of a fire situation here. But all in all, oh, this one must have consumed a substantial amount of power as well, I'm guessing. A little bit of extra power for that huge building. Not sure what the stats are on it, but that's what I'm guessing. Oh, redevelop. All right. Well, I think next episode we are going to unleash Mother Nature on this poor city. We are going to have just back-to-back obscene amounts of disasters on very high I'm going to try to get some very high levels going here. I don't know. I think it's the longer you hold down the button, the worse the disaster is. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. We're going to try to bulldoze these so they redevelop. There we go. Now my land value should recover over a little bit of time. Poor people didn't have power. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.